The king in the north! The king in the north!
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan just defeated UNLV 35-7, and it was pretty much what we expected out of this game. But the big thing about this game is it looks like the run game is still coming along slow. And the way I always feel about things is, to me, it doesn't, every year is different. So to me, you may have a year where the offensive line is better at pass blocking than run blocking. That could be the case this year from what we've seen so far. But the big thing and the big takeaway from the first two games is, to me at least, this is my opinion, JJ is the best player on offense. That's what it seems to be. The game has slowed down for JJ, whether there's a pass rush, whether there's not. He's going through his reads. He's not rushing anything. His ball placement is on point, and it's just all there for him. You know, it's all there for him. So going into the future, and this is just from what I've seen, we may want to. This may be a throw. This seems like a throw to set up the run type year so far, at least. Still early, but let's go on and go through it. I guess I can start with the offense since I'm already talking about them. Like I said, JJ was sharp. This is JJ's team now. I don't have any doubt in saying that. This is his team. And part of what makes this his team now, I believe, I think Blake is still rounding into form. That's if he does round all the way into the form. This might be what he is for now. That's a possibility. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it's a possibility. And when Blake still has his vision, but to me, it's looking like he's almost expecting his body to do something that it can't do anymore. That's, if that makes sense. Like, and when I see him run and he gets up, it looks like he's coming to grips with it, with the look on his face. Like, you know, that's just what I'm seeing. Donovan, whether it's certain play calls or whatever, Donovan's just not getting, he hasn't been able to get going at all, really, you know, and it is what it is. And I mean, I talked about it a few weeks before the season. He was talking, we the best running back group in the world. We the best. We the best. We the best. We the best. And what did I say? You still have to go prove it. You're going off of last year. This is a different year. You're going off of last year's offensive line. You got a new one. So right now he's being humbled. Like, you talking to you the best this and that, and you ain't barely doing nothing out there. And this doesn't make me feel good to say this stuff, but it's just like, that's what can happen when you get so cocky before you've proved anything. For this year. Not last year, this year. So that's just what it is. He's kind of struggling. What was Donovan? Let's see. Donovan, 6 carries, 9 yards. And 5 receptions for 26 yards. Blake was 15 carries, 80 yards, 3 TDs. So Blake still had some nice runs. It's just that quickness and burst isn't there. And I think this is just from what I'm seeing. It looks like he's still getting accustomed to not having that super quick, super burst, at least from last year. You know what I'm saying? So let's just hope he gets better because we need those boys. But from what I'm seeing, this JJ's team. So you wanna set the run game up from JJ just being steady Eddie now. That's what I think you should do. We didn't really get to see a deep bomb in this one. UNLV was running a lot of cover 3, which that's one of my favorite defenses. If you want to stop the run and then still, slow down the pass game, make them dink and dunk, and slowly go down the field. That's the defense to run. They were in cover 3 a lot from what I saw from just the TV. Looked like a lot of cover 3. And JJ was just shredding them, honestly, taking what they gave him, being patient, not rushing anything, and, just matriculating down the field. Dude is sharp. He's sharp. That boy looking good out there. Let's put down the numbers. JJ was 22 or 25 for 278, 2 TDs, and had 3 carries for 38 yards. So, good production, Ain't much to say about him. He throwing that rock. You can stamp US mail on the ball, and you can stamp US mail on the ball. It's gonna get there. So let's see. We got stopped on 4th down, a predictable kind of call. They motioned Blake back into the backfield, just ran it right up the middle. UNLV just blew it up. It really didn't have a chance, honestly. Not up the middle, at least. Like to see something different. It's getting predictable. The thing, what's going on now is, and people have to understand is, this is the 3rd year now. You had last year where we ran it down people's throats with Blake and Donovan. Then you had 2021 where we ran it down people's throats with Haskins and Blake. All right. You fool me twice. Teams ain't fooled this year. They like, nah, you ain't finna be running it down on our throat. And they know now. 3 strikes, you out. It's the 3rd year. Teams ain't going for it this year. They putting dudes in that box. Like, no. That's your 5-star quarterback. He gonna have to beat us. We're not gonna let you pound that rock for 250 and 300 every game. We ain't gonna do it. And that so happens that our offensive line is still trying to gel. So that makes it even harder. So that's what we're seeing going on. Next, Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson and Cornelius are looking like number 1s and number 2s. Roman Wilson is looking like he deserves that number 1. He got 5 TDs in 2 games. Keep it going. I want you to put up better numbers than that dude in Columbus that they say the best receiver. Put up better numbers than him, Roman. Put up better numbers so we can stick that in their craw. Go on and put up better numbers. I think he had 160 and 2 TDs. He's still behind. He may have more yards than you, or it's close in yardage, but you got 5 TDs already. He got 2. Keep it going. Make him play catch up. So I'd like to see that. Roman is balling. He earned that number 1. Run blocking still not there. I already talked on that. And the play calling is balanced. So we got balanced play calling. It was 50%. It's been 50% for the most part both games. But I'm anxious to see when we play better competition. Can that run game, does the play calling deserve to be balanced? Or should it be 60-40 pass? That's what I'm waiting to see. Should it be pass? Should this be a pass first offense to set up the run? To me, it's looking like that might be what it needs to be. Let's just wait and see on that part. Let's see. All right. Now with the defense. Now, over the past 2 games, when that starting defense is out there, for the most part, you get nothing. You get something when the backups and the second and third and fourth stringers get in there. Now you can have something. You can eat. But not on them boys, not on that first team. So UNLV got a garbage time touchdown, just like East Carolina got that garbage time field goal. But that first unit, they've given up nothing. You get nothing. Keep it going. So we saw Will Johnson sparingly. We did not see Rod Moore, Makari Page. I didn't see Zeke Berry either. And while I'm speaking on the safeties, I hope we don't see Quentin Johnson in any big games or anything like that. He's boo-boo. He's hot garbage. Well, let me not say hot garbage, but he trash. I mean, what am I supposed to say? He just ain't there with him. And he's been around for a long time, but he ain't that. He may do the right things in practice and seem like he's in the right spots. But when he get in the game, he doesn't make the play. I can count out at least 4 plays in this game where the ball he was in the area where he was supposed to make the play and he just didn't make it. Looks like when it's time to make a tackle, he's just closing his eyes and diving. That ain't gonna cut it. I don't know what he's doing. Now, if Zeke Berry was hurt, I know you got to play somebody, but I hope to not see him unless it's with the third and fourth stringers. I don't want to see him on the you get nothing starters because he ain't that. He making them look bad because he's whiffing on tackles. He's whiffing. He's guessing. And I didn't like him last year when he came in the TCU game and blew a coverage on a deep pass it was either a miscommunication, whatever. It was his job to be over that man deep. I think he had deep half and he was confused, gave up a big play. I've been watching you since then. What are you doing out there? So I hope not to see Quentin Johnson. What is he, number 28? Don't want to see him again. Unless it's garbage time. The pass rush. So we got to see some before I even get to the pass rush. Woo, that boy Kenneth Grant. Lordy. That boy a beast. Now, when we talk about a dude that is just a freak, like an Aiden or one of them, Kenneth Grant is a freak of nature out there. He's a beast. Run, pass, he don't care. He's on these dudes' heads, and I love to see it. So that's 2 games in a row. We've seen, what is he, number 78, shoot off your screen. That means he's consistent. We're looking for consistency, no matter who it is. That's 2 games in a row. He's shooting off your screen, looking like the best player on the defense. I'm just going off what we seeing it. He's shooting off that screen. Dude is looking like a beast, and I love to see it. I'm loving that. But we got to see the pass rush. Let's see the numbers for how many sacks we had. I believe it was 5. But let's see. Chris Jenkins had a half a sack. Mason Graham had a half a sack. Kenneth Grant a sack and a half. Okay, big boy. That's from D tackle. Okay. Jalen Harrell a half a sack. Okay. Give me 7 or 8, Jalen. Give me 7 or 8. We need him. Let's go. Jared Moore with a sack. Last video when I was talking about it doesn't take long to come around that edge. If you've got the right bend and you come off that line with quickness and anticipation, it don't take long to get a sack. Derek Moore came around that edge. I swear he was there in a second. 1.2 seconds he was there and sacked the quarterback. It don't take that long. If you know what you're doing, you come off that line fast, you bend, and you do what you got to do. Sack time. Love to see it. Second-year player. Keep it going. Keep it going. I love to see that. Because it don't take that long. You can say, oh, they were getting rid of it fast. Oh, we just couldn't get there. I don't want to hear no excuses. I want to hear some sacks. That's what I'm talking about. It don't take that long to get around that edge. We're and I'm speaking like this because what's the expectation? Expectation ain't to get blew out at Ohio State no more. The expectation is win the Big Ten and to go to the playoff and win a championship. We need them sacks. That's why I'm talking like this. Ooh, we can't do it. No, we need them sacks. One man making a play. Get on my back. Let me end the drive myself. That's what I'm talking about. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Let me calm down, y'all. So, let's see. So, it was good to see the D-line, the pass rush, all doing good things. We saw some soft tackling. We saw some missed tackles and soft tackling. There was a lot of this grabbing. Quentin Johnson was part of that. I saw Keon Sabb with some of that. It's a lot of guys with new numbers and guys that haven't played, so I couldn't get all of them. But we saw it in little spurts. Some soft tackling and some arm tackle and all that reaching. Let's see. But for the most part, that's what I got for the most part, y'all. I would have liked to see Orgy. It kind of, and I'm not gonna keep harping on this Alex Orgy stuff. I'm just gonna let it go. Maybe speak on it one more time. I'm gonna let it go. But I was surprised to not see him get in at the end of the game because normally what they do is some of these games they just play. They try to play all the quarterbacks. So I was surprised that Jaden, what's his name, Denegal, number 4, got in again for the final drive we had when he was just in. I thought they would have put Orgy in to let everybody play, but. We're just going to wait and see. We'll see if he gets in at some time when games matter, if they've got a package for him, because he does have a skill set that we don't have. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. But for the most part, my biggest takeaway from this game is JJ is that dude now. I think it's safe to say he's that dude. And what I mean by that dude, he's the best player JJ is the best player on offense. He might not, defense we'll still have to see, but it could be the team, but for sure JJ's the best player. I don't think it's Blake anymore. Partly because a running back is relying on the offensive line to run block good for him. That's part of it, but I don't think Blake is the Blake that we know yet. He may never be. This might be the Blake that we get all season. We don't know that. And this might be the run blocking offensive line we get where we're going to have to throw guys out of the box. So Donovan and Blake can run and get some open space. So we just going to have to keep an eye on the run game and see if it improves. But that's my takeaway on it, but I'd rather have a consistent pass game than a consistent run game. And I know people are going to say, what? That don't sound well. It's easier to stop a run game than a great quarterback. That's a dual threat. So even if you do slow him down, he can still burn you with his legs. So I'd rather have that be the case. But we're going to see. This is still early. We don't have any meaningful games, and I mean just real competition, like where it's possible we could lose. We got Bowling Green, that's Rutgers, and Nebraska. We don't play a real defense. Well, Rutgers plays defense, so we got another week, but it's the real threat. I don't think those dudes can beat us, but you never know. Mainly because they're not going to have enough offense to beat us. So that's the thing. So to beat Michigan, you're going to have a complete team because you're going to have to score. Because JJ can dink and dunk you down the field. If you want to play zone or keep too high, he can still shred you underneath, and we can still run it decently. But we're just going to have to see how the season goes. Does this offensive line gel to where we can run it like we want to so we can really be that 50-50 balanced team? Right now, to me, it's looking like the pass game, it needs to be 60-40, and because I'm not even going to speak about that, but that's just what it looks like to me. So we'll see how it goes. Great to see JJ out there shredding teams, looking comfortable. The game has slowed down for him. Beautiful to see Roman, CJ, and him just kind of spreading the ball around. Good to see, and good to see the defense. You get nothing. Still need to clean up the tackling, but it was good to see the sacks coming and guys making some big-time plays, getting those sacks. Kenneth Grant looking unblockable. Mason Graham and those boys making moves and, creating controlled chaos. So, big-time win. We just chugging along. And, we just going to be chugging along. We got Bowling Green next. I will be going live tomorrow at 4 o'clock with Marcus from Marcus from Back of the Bus podcast. I've made some videos with those dudes before. Marcus is very knowledgeable, and I think I'm going to try to get him on consistently, and I think it's just going to be good content, honestly, because he's a little more knowledgeable about some things that I'm not, like recruiting, and, he's just well-spoken. So it's going to be good to have him on the live to, bounce some more ideas off of, and just, we want to get as much knowledge about the game as we can and spread it to everybody else. So that's all I got for this one. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.